Hello and welcome to Hands on Tech. Today we're going to focus on the PS5 announcement at the beginning of June. Now that announcement is going to most likely be the chassis design, alongside all the system details they're yet to confirm, including backwards compatibility. So obviously this announcement is massively anticipated for all PS4 and gaming fans. And as a design engineer myself, I'm particularly interested in what the system will look like and how it will function from a user experience point of view. I will use the term interaction design today, and if you don't know what that means, that is the combination of software and hardware. Ultimately how the PS5 will be physically designed alongside its software development, ultimately combining to be one big user experience. So I'm sure you're the same as me and you're very excited about all the footage we've seen. Obviously this is not gameplay footage you see at the moment, but the trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla is really nice, and I'm very excited to see that, alongside the footage that we've already seen from the Unreal Engine 5, which is spectacular. The detail they're able to achieve at the moment is stunning. Very excited to see the potential of that utilised in real games. But ultimately today we're going to be talking about the hardware, so I'd like to go through some of the renders that we've seen online and go through them and ultimately assess what I think of them, and also what I speculate the design will look like when it's announced at the beginning of June. So excluding the dev kit, which you can see here, there's a range of designs that are online which are of particular interest. I'd like to focus on 3 of them today. So I'll go through each of them individually and we'll analyse their strengths and weaknesses, and I will sum it up with a final design which I think ultimately is what they'll go for. So this is the first one. Now this design is particularly interesting to me, and I've chosen it as one of the strongest ones because it follows a design theme which PlayStation usually goes for, which is a flat, versatile shape. It's very clear that this design has been created in response to the release of the DualSense design, so everyone will be very excited about the dev kit that was released for developers. However, that's not obviously going to be the release console. So, as I mentioned earlier, interaction design will be a major factor in the design philosophy that PlayStation use. They will be focused on making a product that is versatile in shape so that it can fit into a lot of different spaces. A lot of different users have different demands, and ultimately something that is easy to understand and easy to use, but at the same time being a design that ultimately people would like to have in their home. This design ultimately follows that theme. It's good looking, it's got good access, it's easy to understand, and it follows the theme of the DualSense, which makes it a likely contender. But despite that, there are some weaknesses. I feel the design is a little bit too long, and also the lights on the top, although nice to look at, I don't think PlayStation will go that route. Any lights on the top, any gaps or anything like that are gonna gather crumbs and dirt, and I just don't think they're gonna go for that. I think they'll go for something a little bit cleaner, but still a good design. Moving on, we have this render here. I'm not quite sure about this design. Ultimately, I think it's a little bit weaker. You can see the design themes brought forward from the PS4 Pro, and also a little bit of the PS2 there as well. One thing I do like about the design is that it's clean on the top, which is a weakness of the previous design. So there's good access as well. However, I don't really visualize PlayStation going with the little triangle section at the front. Ultimately, that does not fit PlayStation's design style, and ultimately makes that design a little bit less versatile, and ultimately means that it won't fit into as many spaces as, for example, the PS4 Pro does. I definitely don't see PlayStation going down the route of making the shape less versatile. They want to try and sell this product to as many people as possible, and ultimately that means it has to be versatile. Now moving on to the third and final design, and in my opinion the strongest design that I've seen online. This design ultimately follows the same theme as the DualSense, which is the reason why I think it is more likely. Another reason why I think this design is particularly strong is that the light is utilised to enhance the user experience. The light clearly indicates where the disc goes into the PlayStation 5, and that will be particularly useful for anyone playing in low light conditions, as it indicates very clearly where the disc goes in. The USB access for the rechargeable controller is also very clear and easy to understand. To sum up, this design is strong because it uses its own form to enhance the user experience. The USB access, as I said, is easy to understand and very clear, and its overall form is very attractive and follows the theme of the DualSense, which makes it a very likely design contender. So that's it from me today. Thank you very much for joining us. Please comment below and let me know what you think of the designs I've showed you today and what you think the design will look like. Please like, comment and subscribe. This has been Tom for Hands on Tech. See you next time.